Week 2 of NEAFL's finals action saw 8 teams battle it out across both conferences. The Sydney Swans and Belconnen have switched places on top of the Eastern Conference table this season and faced off at Blacktown, the winner through to the premiership match. Ainsley and UWS battled it out at Ainsley, just one remain in the competition. In the Northern Conference, it was a close contest at Aspley between the Brisbane Lions and Aspley. The winning side have the week off before the decider, while Southport and Redland battle it out at Fankhauser Reserve. Two sides have now booked themselves grand final berths, with the preliminary finals this coming weekend to determine their competitors. Redland's season has ended. After a great run into finals, they'd won 7 of their past 8 games, but Southport was too strong in the semi-final clash at Fankhauser Reserve. While Redland won the round 22 clash between the two sides, Southport were too strong on the day. In 2012, a semi-final rematch saw the Sharks hold the lead right from the start, Southport getting in front early, kicking 5 goals and 4 behinds in the first quarter, keeping the Bombers to just 1 goal and 2 behinds in the first term. The second quarter was an even battle, both sides kicking 3 goals and 1 behind. The Sharks held a 26-point lead going into the third quarter and came out of the sheds determined to extend their lead again, and they did just that, kicking 5 goals. The scoreline could have been wider, but 6 shots were behinds. The Bombers kicked 2 goals and 2 behinds. A heavy hit saw Southport's David James stretch it off the field during the third quarter due to concussion. The final term saw the Sharks kick 3 goals and 2 behinds, while Redland didn't give up, booting 5 final quarter goals and 7 behinds. Cleve Hughes should return to the side for Southport's preliminary final clash with Aspley. He was a late withdrawal due to a hip flexor injury. Southport won their way through with the win 16-13, 109 to 11-12, 78. Ainsley proved they have the talent to be a real premiership threat with a big win over the UWS Giants on the weekend. The Giants hadn't lost to a Canberra side all season, and last time they faced the Tricolours, they won convincingly 141-64. But Ainsley are a determined side and hit hard from the opening bounce, taking direction from their coach, who told them to lift and play more aggressively. The Tricolours held a 12-point lead at the first change. They kicked 4 goals, 3 to the Giants' 2 goals, 3. Ainsley upped the ante in the second, slotting 5 goals and 4 behinds, keeping UWS quiet. They kicked 1 goal and 2 behinds. Ainsley held a 38-point lead going into the third quarter, which was a quiet quarter from both sides. Ainsley added 2 goals and 4 behinds, with the Giants kicking 1 major and 2 behinds. The final term saw Ainsley seal the win, kicking 4 goals and 4 behinds. The Giants kicked 1 goal, 4. Josh Bennett had the golden boot for Ainsley. He kicked 5 majors. Ainsley will face Belconnen at Kippax Oval next weekend for a spot in the grand final after the win, 15-15, 105 to 5-11, 41.
There's the siren, Drury. It is the Sydney Swans, and they are progressing to the 2013 North Eastern Football League Grand Final.
The Swans racked up a big 91-point win when they faced the Magpies on the 1st of June and aim to do that again at Blacktown. The Swans got on the board early, Jed Lamb kicking things off with 2 goals in the first quarter. The Sydney side booted 6 in the opening term with 3 behinds. The Magpies only registered 1 goal.
Embry makes no mistake, and he puts it straight through for the Swans' 3rd goal.
The Swans held a 33-point lead at quarter time, extending that out to 47 by half-time, slotting another 5 goals and 5 behinds in the second quarter. Belconnen added 3 goals and 3 behinds. The Swans kept the momentum going in the third, kicking 5 goals and just 2 behinds.
It's in the middle over towards Brown, out towards Jetta. You're not far out of the game. Jetta outside 50, unloads with 1. Lewis Jetta, if you don't mind. There it is, Lewis Jetta. He's looking for that finals next week.
A tough defensive effort stopped Belconnen from kicking many. They were kept to 3 goals for the quarter. A final surge in the last for Sydney, bagging 7 goals and another 2 single-pointers. Belconnen kicked 3 and 2. Tim Membray led the way for the Swans, racking up 6 majors. For Belconnen, Andrew Dess and Matthew Loken kicked the most with 2 each. The minor premiers get another week off before the grand final, while the Magpies are training hard this week ahead of their do-or-die clash with Ainsley. The score at the final siren in the second semi saw the Sydney Swans take the win, 23-12-150 to Belconnen, 10-9-69.
We're here with the coach of the Sydney Swans Reserves and former player Jared Crouch. Jared, impressive performance today. Played well for 4 quarters and really asserted your dominance.
Yeah, look, pleased with the result. I mean, it is, I guess the weather's a lot hotter than we're used to, and sometimes with the younger players they can try and make excuses, but I thought mentally they were able to deal with that, deal with the pressure that Belconnen did put on us early, and then play some really good football. So, yeah, look, I guess having a couple of senior guys come back in Lewis Jetta, we got out of the game what we wanted to today, and he gets the time under his belt, so maybe he's available for senior selection in the weeks to come. But pleased with that result. Did the margin surprise you in the end? To be honest, I'm not sure what the margin was. I know we kicked a few goals, but I thought I think we had 14 plus goal kickers. The guys actually kick really straight. I don't know. It's amazing how it flows on from seniors to reserves. Like the seniors last night, I know they lost, but they kick very straight. And it's Nick Davis, Ben Moore, those guys in the goal kicking department do a lot of work with the boys, and that just, you take the most of the opportunity. Sometimes if you come into a game and you kick 15-15, the score's not as big as what it can be if you kick 24-8 or something like that.
How pleased were you with the performance of Tim Membry?
Yeah, very, very pleased for Tim. He's first year playing against men. It's probably his last couple of weeks of haven't been up to the high standard he set early. So it's a real juggling affair with the younger players now coming to this level. It's not only, I guess, the game and playing against the men, it's the training every day, and then obviously training against the bigger bodies and our senior players. They do get to this year and making sure that they are still fresh. So we've had to work not only with him, but Matthew Dick and Jordan Lockyer and these type of players are only in their first or second pre-seasons, just to make sure they get through the whole season. And we only had 12 Swans players, so we obviously do have a pretty extensive injury list that we need these guys in case the senior list. The senior players do continue to get injured.
Here with Matthew Loken, obviously very disappointed, Matthew.
Yeah, look, they were just too good today. We turned the footy over, especially that first quarter, and they make you pay. Look, they're a quality side. They spread hard, they use the footy well, and they kick their goals. So, look, very disappointing. We've got to look forward to next week now. So I think we've got Ainsley at Kippax. So I'm looking forward to it.
2 p.m. next Saturday. The heat, Matthew, a lot hotter out here today than with the conditions we've probably been used to in Canberra.
Yeah, Adelaide weather. So look, we don't use the heat as an excuse. It is what it is, and I think it was a bit of a shock for a couple of the Canberra boys.
I think the beauty of it is a week's a long time in footy, and we know that. You got next week, you got the Tricolours who you beat last week for another shot at them.
Yeah, look, that's one positive. We got ourselves into a spot that gave us the double chance, and looking forward to Ainsley at Kippax.
Yeah, you've been the form side in season 2013. No one can take that away with you. As I said, you got the Tricolours next week at Kippax, Saturday 2 p.m. You can put your best foot forward.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So we can't dwell too much on today and move forward. And like I said before, we're really looking forward to Ainsley next week.
It came right down to the wire between Brisbane and Aspley, with the Lions again advancing through to the grand final. Aspley put up a big fight against the minor premiers, but ended up going down by just 2 points. Brisbane got off to a good start, kicking 3 goals, 4 in the first quarter, with Aspley inaccurate, kicking 1 goal and 4 behinds. The Hornets evened up in the second term to hold a lead at half-time, albeit by just 7 points. Brisbane kicked 3 goals straight, while Aspley kicked 5 goals and 6 behinds. A close contest in the third quarter, with Brisbane slotting 6 goals and 3 behinds. Aspley booted 5 majors and 2 single-pointers, with the score tied 79 all at three-quarter time. A dramatic final term saw the lead change hands, but late goals from the Lions gave them the win, just 2 points in the end. Aaron Cornelius was the strongest in front of goal for the Lions, kicking 3 majors. For Aspley, Clinton French and James Nellis also kicked 3 each. Aspley now take on Southport in this week's preliminary final, while the reigning premiers have a rest after the 16-10 106 to 15-14 104 win. Week 3 of Eastern Conference Finals action will see Belconnen and Ainsley battle it out in the preliminary final at Kippax on Saturday the 7th of September at 2 p.m, with the winner to take on the Sydney Swans in the decider. In the Northern Conference preliminary, Aspley take on Southport at 2:15 on Sunday the 8th, the winner to face the Brisbane Lions. For more info, head to NEAFL.com.au. And to stay up to date with the NEAFL fixtures, results and news, simply download the NEAFL app from your App Store.